Hi, Lisa Soland here again, Senior Editor of Climbing Angel Publishing, and I have the privilege of sitting with children's book author,
Gayle Childress Greene.
Gayle Childress Greene. And now we've added Tiffany Tallent, who happens to be Gayle's daughter and the illustrator of Gayle's new children's book, Because You Are Mine. How are you doing? It's so great to see you.
Good. It's good to see you guys.
Oh, wow. It's just been too long, but you live kind of far away from us now.
Yeah. South Carolina. So we're about 5.5 hours away from y'all.
Not too bad. We might have to hightail it over there.
It's
and
not a bad place to take
harass
a road
her.
trip. Yeah.
Harass her and
yeah.
maybe lock her in the closet and have her just draw drawings for like our next 10 ideas.
That's right.
That's
I
right.
know.
Or you can I'll just go to the beach. I'll just use
There.
my art supplies and all.
We could take you to the beach.
do that.
Yeah, I like that idea. We could write a book and have you illustrate it right there.
That's right.
Well,
There you go.
I have to say, your illustrations are so awesome.
Oh, thank you.
It's really kind of inspirational what you did with Gayle's story, and just want to show these 2 pages. These little children, all unique and special, and you were able to create them. Tell me, how did you know where to begin?
I didn't know. I think you don't ever know exactly where to be. You just kind of know where you want to go. And it's like, well, how do I work backwards and get there? So she told me her idea, and Mom read me her story, and I was like, okay, I see it. Okay, I see, some of these ideas. And then the more we talked, the more I saw it. And then it was like, okay, now how do I get from nothing, a blank page or a blank screen, as I did this art digitally? How do you get from that to, a full book of illustrations? So I started the way I would do any other drawing, is just sketching ideas, and it's kind of like drafting a story. You do your sketches, and they're not going to be right at first, and you practice and you decide what proportions you want the kids to be, and just the style and all those things, and you trial and error and have fun. And I would send her pictures and be like, okay, I like this idea, what do you think? This is where I'm going. So
you were very open to Gayle's input, very collaborative with each other.
Yeah, we've collaborated before, doing dance and theater, and also on another book. So we work really well together, and I kind of know what she wants, and she knows, how I work. And so, and I'm always inspired by what she does. And so, we work really well together, and she's comfortable telling me, hey, you want to tweak this one little thing. And I'm comfortable saying, hey, could we switch these 2 words around? Illustrations would flow so pretty if we did that, because I just see it in my head, and it would just look so nice. And she'd be like, oh yeah, I see it, so it's really fun to collaborate with her, because we do have that back and forth and get inspired by each other. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so what I hear you saying is that it's helpful for the illustrator to be knowledgeable about writing too.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Absolutely. It helps with the process, because any kind of art is kind of similar when you think about the process, how you have to practice. If you're singing, you practice your song, or playing an instrument. If you're drawing, you're sketching first. If you're writing, you're drafting first. So I think most arts prepare you, in a sense, for another type. So, having knowledge of writing really does help illustrating. And especially when you're working so closely with the writer, it really helps. And I think it brings makes the picture special, because it's really what they were intending as well.
So I know full well, but the audience might not know, you are a very talented actress. And I have to tell you, I am still a little depressed that you let
Oh.
down.
Too.
Your mom is too. But when you think about the arts in general and the correlation, what they have in common, both performing original work and orchestrating or executing drawings for the story of a book versus you did a reading of mine for the Sniper's Nest. You were also in the latter plays, in the one about Peg Entwistle. You played Peg Entwistle.
Yeah.
And what is the thing that arts have in common? I mean, what do you have to be good at to be able to be successful, no matter what medium you're working in?
It's not necessarily that you have to be good at, you have to be willing to work on what you're doing. I think that's the biggest common thing. It's not that you're good at it, right? I mean, some people do have natural talent right away, but those people still work at it. It doesn't matter how good you are. You're still gonna sketch first. You're still gonna, do your first draft, and it's probably not going to be very good. Your first sketch is not going to be very good. I could show you, the first sketches that I did for this, and you'd be like, really? That's where you started with this. So, I mean, I think that's the common thing, is to be good at any kind of creative outlet is you have to be willing to work on work. And admit when you're wrong, and know that when you're, people are giving you feedback and critique, and most of the time, especially if it's in a creative community, they're not trying to bring you down. It's to help your work and to grow, to help you grow, and to, be able to take that and grow with it. So you just have to be really willing to put in hard work, and I think have that passion, and you can really do just about anything creatively.
Boy, I couldn't agree more. And people need to know. I worked with you as an actress, and you are not afraid to work. She would come in to rehearsal. She had to do a 15 to 20-minute monologue. So it's basically a short one act, all alone by herself. And she would come in, not just having memorized the things she needed to for that night. She would do more than what was expected of her. And I tell you, people like that are working harder than you expect, those are the people that will get the work over and over again, because you want to work with people like that. So what you're sharing is absolutely true and congruent with who you are as a person. So I appreciate that. And so what was she like to work for you, Gayle? She's your daughter.
I know, and it's really fun. At the same time, we, because we know each other so well, I think we both are careful not to hurt each other's feelings by just being too frank or too blunt, or, we bring out the best in each other, I think.
Yeah.
And, working on Because You Are Mine, because it is a picture book, the illustrations are as important as the story. And so I had some, ideas, and I shared my thoughts with her, and she started sketching, and she would send them, and it was like, that's it. And then, but pretty much after that, and I told, we discussed how each page we're going to add more and more children, more and lots and lots and lots, till there's, lots and lots and lots and lots. We discussed how many on each page, when they should start spilling over to both page, all of that. But then pretty much it was her deal. And I didn't really see them. She didn't send me individual children to look at, but
send her I would take a picture with my camera of a part of one of the kids and be like, look what I'm working on. And there was, I think it was the last page that I told her, we had been discussing, and she kind of knew what I was going to do for everything.
Yeah.
So
But
you
on the
wanted to
last
surprise
page-
her.
Oh,
Yeah,
she did. There's one little girl in there. And I, oh, that looks like the little outfit that was your favorite little outfit when you were little. How many times did I just say little? But anyway, Tiffany said, that's because it is. I was like, oh, so there are little things like that nobody else knows, but I do, that's her. That was her little skirt that she wore, But when I saw the finished little children, oh my goodness, I could write a book about each one of those little characters because they're all so different.
You know what's funny too? That may not be in the book, all of that backstory, but I swear people get it. On some level, people pick up from a work of art all the little things, the unseen specialties of something.
Oh yeah, it's funny. My husband, when he flipped through the book, at first he didn't have his glasses on. I said, "Put your glasses on. They're detailed. I want you to look at them." I said, "I did the pictures. I didn't write the words. Put your glasses on." So he put his glasses on and he's looking at it. And he gets to the page with all the kids and he starts looking at it and he's like, that kid's got moon boots on. And then he'd go, "Oh, I like the kid in the tux," or "I like this, oh, the kid with cornrows, that's cool." It was so funny because he stopped and, here he is 40 years old. He's like, "Oh, well, let me look at this." I got stuck looking at all the kids and figuring out what they were wearing. And, yeah, he loved it.
Though they are all so unique. And I think children, when they're reading a book, and adults too, they want the little details. They spend much time taking in, everything that's in the book. And I just think that's delightful that you did spend the time to make each one of the children unique, because definitely God did that. There's no two people the same, for
Right.
sure.
And we wanted it to be a book that everybody could identify with and maybe find themselves, like a child, like, "Oh, I have a pink dress," or "I have a tutu," or "My hair's that color," or,
Right.
just all and I really think that you could see yourself in the characters because they're all so unique. They're
That's
just
wonderful.
precious. I just love them. You did such a great job. I couldn't be happier with it. And she was just so good. Like when she finished and you and I, Lisa and I, picked the cover, and I was asking her and she said, no, I gave you the illustration.
I'm done.
That's you all. She said, "I will be fine with whatever you all decide." And wow.
It's a special book. And I do hope that our watching and listening audience rushes to Amazon or Barnes and Noble, Target, Walmart. It's on all the internet platforms for sale, because you are mine. But the best way to get this book, in my opinion, is to go directly to the author. She's got hardcover copies. She has softcover copies. She will sign them for you. And you can meet her in person on June 25th in the evening. I believe it's 7:00 p.m. in the Hub at West Park Baptist Church, 8833 Middlebrook Pike in Knoxville, Tennessee. We're going to have a Meet the Author event, and Gayle will be there present. She will be signing books, and you can pick up your copy then and have it made out to your special person who is yours. And she'd be glad to sign that.
Absolutely.
And even if you live in Australia, or if you live in Alaska, and you contact Gayle on her social media, she has a very strong presence on Facebook, as does Tiffany. You can contact Gayle and she'd be happy to sign you a personal copy and mail it to you wherever you are. I personally love that when an author signs a book.
I mean, that, to me, like as a child, we there were a couple of books that we had signed and they were just treasures, you to think the person that wrote this, and I actually have some copies that Tiffany signed too. So I
Ooh,
have
do you
a-
charge more for those?
I don't know. But I do have some hardcovers that Tiffany signed as well. So,
Nice.
but yeah, I'm on Facebook, Gayle Childress Greene, and then Instagram is Gayle, Gayle, then the underscore
Mhm.
Childress, CHILDRESS underscore Green with the E on the end. So
Well, I'm excited. We won't talk about it at all, but you two are working on another project having to do, I believe, with Noah's Ark, but we won't talk about that at all. I'm excited to see that book, and I know Gayle's coming out with the Rats Race.
she's going to be.
Oh, I was wondering. Good, very good. You're going to be
We've
doing
been
a
talking. We're in, what do they call it when you're talking about it?
yeah. What is that called?
Negotiations.
Negotiations.
We're in
right.
negotiations
Right.
now.
You'll have to come up with.
I thought you were going to say we're in cahoots.
That's probably more accurate.
That's probably more accurate, yeah.
Well, I'm so grateful to you for your partnership, right? It's a partnership that's bearing great fruit. And
Yes.
I can't wait to hear of all the stories of the families that you two have touched with your story. It's definitely collaborative, and your role, Tiffany, was significant in this project. Thank you so much. And we hope to maybe talk with you again. Maybe on the next project, we can do another interview, but thanks for your contribution. And
Yes.
No, thanks for having me, and thanks for giving me the opportunity.
Of course. First person I thought of.
because you're hers.
Because
We'll see you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. And thank you for joining us. Please take a moment to subscribe to Climbing Angel Publishing's YouTube presence and Lisa Soland. You can also like this video. Your support is important to Climbing Angel Publishing. Thank you, and hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.